General Manager of JEI, and also the International Director of JEI, Mr. Wang Mingyang. So today we will have this country report again. The first one will be Mr. Zhang from Pakistan. So Mr. Zhang, you can start your presentation now. So please share your screen first.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me just share my screen with you guys. Please let me know if my screen is visible or not.
可以。
Okay, Spirit. Okay, so let me just put it on full screen mode so that it's more conspicuous. Okay, hello everyone and assalamu alaikum. My name is Zain Najib and I'm the marketing manager at National Science and Technology Park. Before I begin, I would like to thank Bijan Great Wall Enterprise for hosting this workshop and having people from different countries around the world. On behalf of my team, I can confidently say that it has been a learning curve for us in understanding how China has become a world leader in innovation. So the topics that I will be covering were prescribed by the JEI team, and NSTP team uses a framework to assess the ecosystem of the tech ecosystem of the country. So what we do is we analyze the network, government support, finance, skill talent in the country, and the ICT infrastructure, which we believe is the catalyst for the innovation in the country. Okay, so from 2005 to 2012, Pakistan did not have a very conducive ecosystem for the growth and for the growth of the tech entrepreneurship. The country had only 2 incubators, which included Nest.io and Tech1 Nust Incubator, formerly known as TIC. And I must say that Nust University has been very forward-looking in terms of innovation, commercialization, entrepreneurship, which we'll see in the next slides. However, after 2012, we see this proliferation in the network. We have 24 incubators in the country and more to come. So there's an increase from the supply side. And after that, there has been a formation of 700 plus startups with a survival rate of 67%, according to McKinsey report. So we have other incubators such as Plan 9, Jazz, Accelerate, Takhleeq, Telenor, Velocity. So we believe that without proper government support and deregulation of the market, the tech entrepreneurship cannot flourish in any country. So in 2012, Punjab Information Technology Board launched Plan 9 Incubator, which has now expanded into 9 cities across the country and has invested in more than 14 startups. By 2017, SCCP approved license for first private equity and VC fund, which culminated into the formation of Indus Capital and Laxon Investment. What's really interesting to note is that SCCP has enabled startups to offer employee stock options plan, which was only limited to public companies. And we think that with this, because startups are generally cash starved, they can grow more rapidly because they can offer employee stock options. This has been about 2 months that they offered this plan to startups. So to promote entrepreneurship and innovation, the federal government established national incubation centers. So they're spread across all four provinces and are based on public-private partnerships. So the impact that the NSCs had so far is they have raised about 34 startups have raised about $4.2 million, and 234 startups have been incubated since the inception of NICs. Ignite, previously known as the National ICT and R&D Fund, provides FIP to undergraduate students for providing prototypes, seed stage grants to solve local challenges in various verticals. And they have funded 50 innovations with funding of 7 million rupees, and 2355 FIPs have received an aggregate of 141 million. And surprisingly, the Higher Education Commission has also taken interest in it. The ORIC departments will now set up incubation centers at all universities in Pakistan. So there are 190 HEC recognized universities. So there's going to be a proliferation of more incubator centers for the technology transfer in the country. Surprisingly, Federal Board of Government has given 3 years tax exemption. Pakistan, though, is not a signatory of the ITA, but they have developed their own policy called as the Mobile Device Manufacturing Policy to promote made in Pakistan ICT related products. And companies like Samsung, they have taken interest in establishing their plant in the country for the manufacturing of mobile phones. And we see cooperation between China and Pakistan. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor has proposed 9 SECs that will be developed in time to come. So just like the network component in the country, Pakistan did not have many financial institutions. From 2012 to 2020, we're seeing that growth as well. We're seeing investment in seed stage and Series A, with e-commerce and health tech as the major technology sectors that are receiving funds. So the cumulative investment that has been done so far in Pakistan is 178 million. More surprisingly, this is something that I would like to tell the audience, that the 80% of investors in Pakistan are foreign, opposed to 26% in the MENA region. So this indicates that foreign investors are taking interest in the Pakistani startup ecosystem, and they are validating the talent of Pakistan. So what's really surprising is that that each year Pakistan graduates about 290,000 graduates from 190 recognized universities. And at the same time, Pakistan graduates about 350,000 from vocational institutes. And Pakistan is the fourth largest country in terms of freelance market. So there is a huge talent pool that's being used in the tech industry, and we're seeing that there's going to be a growth in the industry. So we think at NSDP that the penetration of the mobile phone in Pakistan is working as a catalyst, like I said before. Pakistan population is about 220 million, with 23 as the median age, and 64% of total population is under 30. So we have a huge population that is ready to consume. The Pakistan household consumption accounts for 80% of the GDP, and the consumer spending is projected to grow at 15% in years to come, according to McKinsey. And the local telecom boasts about 180 million mobile subscribers. 40% of them have access to 3G and 4G connection. Cellular subscription is growing at a 5% compound annual growth rate, 4x in 3G and 4G subscribers in 3 years, and approximately 35 million people are active on social media, which indicates that the consumer culture is now flourishing in Pakistan. That's why TikTok, a Chinese-based app, is very popular in Pakistan. It's the eighth most popular app in the country, and the smartphone adoption rate stands at 49%. So this is something that's why the e-commerce and the health tech and the transporter on-demand tech companies are seeing growth, and that's why they're taking a lot of funding. I would also like to give you an overview of the Pakistani tech startup. So we're seeing cooperation between China from in our tech realm. Airlift, which is an app that's an on-demand transportation app, has raised from China-based Gobi partners, with a total investment raised was about 24.2 million. So we're seeing that China is investing in our startups. Zameen, which is again an on-demand, it's a platform for buying and selling real estate property and plots across the country, and it has raised 29 million and is valued at $80 million. So for a country that has recently jumped into the tech ecosystem or the tech realm, is seeing a lot of growth. Similarly, Daraz, again, I would say that how China and Pakistan are working already. Daraz is the Pakistan's largest online marketplace. It's an e-commerce website, and it was bought by a Chinese e-commerce giant, Alibaba, for $200 million. It's considered as one of the biggest exits in the country. Similarly, when we talk about high-tech startups, Cowler, which was incubated at Tech1 Nust Incubator, they developed smart collars for dairy cows that measures the health and overall behavior of cows. And we're going to see some really good news coming up in the future. They will have an exit. That's what we are in contact with our graduate. However, things have been growing in the tech realm, but there was no science and technology park in the company that would improve the innovation index and the high-tech entrepreneurship in the country. This is where I said that NUST has always been forward-looking, and they developed the first science and technology park in the country, called as NSTP, National Science and Technology Park, which was willed into reality in 2019. The park is thematic. It has 8 themes, 8 verticals, if you will. In a small period of time, it has 6 anchor tenants, 25 small, medium, high-tech enterprises, and more than 42 startups, and more coming in. What makes the park very unique is that it gives access to NUST's knowledge base, faculty, research, and students, has 60 active research areas, and 330 state-of-the-art labs spread across National Science and NUST University, with 2 world-class centers of excellence, National Center of Artificial Intelligence, Robotics, and Automation. Okay, I think this is it? So our climb towards the innovation did not stop over here. Prime Minister Imran Khan announced the special technology economic zones in 2021, with strategic focus of creating jobs in the tech sector, attracting foreign direct investment, connecting academia, research, and technology. And what they will do is give tax exemption of 10 years to both enterprises and developers. So priority development is in Islamabad, which is the capital of the country, Lahore, the second largest city, and Haripur. So the cooperation between China and Pakistan, as I said before, we're seeing a lot of cooperations happening between Pakistan and China. So the marble market around the world is about 67 billion, and Pakistan does not even cross 1 billion due to because we don't have these high technology wire saw machines. That's why we waste. Oh, sorry. I think this is another slide. So let me just cover this one. So quarry wastage in Pakistan is about 73%. This is why we cannot exploit the international market. So China, the Pakistan-China Joint Chamber of Commerce, and they have discussed that we should establish state-of-the-art technology engineering process units here at PASDEC, and an SSE will be developed for the same vertical. In terms of investment, which is, I think, would really fuel the tech entrepreneurship in Pakistan, China, Gobi Partners, and Fatma Ventures have launched a 20 million VC fund, which is based in NIC Lahore at LUMS University, which is a premier university. And the fund has assets over 1.1 billion. It's the biggest South Asia fund operating currently in Pakistan with Fatma Ventures. And they will invest in about 20 startups in Series A. So they will be looking for Series A investments in travel, logistics, fintech, healthcare, education. Similarly, recently, Chinese firm has announced they're going to set up an EV plant in the country, and a JV between MJ Pakistan, JWSEZ, SMLI, which is a subsidiary of SAIC Motors. They are a foreign direct investment of 663 million, and local investment 637 million is being done. So where Pakistan and China can cooperate as 2 nations or 2 countries. So we're already cooperating under the umbrella of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. And we think that the mission and the vision is well aligned with the National Science and Technology Park. And being placed in the capital, we think we are close to policymakers. And this thing can be certain from President Xi's speech in 2017. We should build the Belt and Road into a road of innovation, We should pursue innovation-driven development, intensify cooperation in frontier areas such as digital economy, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, and quantum computing, and advance the development of big data, cloud computing, and smart cities so as to turn them into a digital Silk Road of the 21st century. So, in a sense, what China and Pakistan can cooperate is that we think through funding and an acceleration program. NSTP already has a lot of startups. If we connect VCs or accelerators, which are vertical based, thematic based VCs and accelerators, with our startup ecosystem, I think that could fuel more growth, just like what we are seeing in NSE Lahore at LUMS University with Gobi Partners. Similarly, we think that if networking could be done between our startups, STPs in China, and startups in China through business contracts, or for that matter, research collaboration, would help in technology transfer and technology leakages along with skill development. For example, Pakistan is, I think, already working on wheat production because it's very low in the country, or the automation of the textile industry, which could have a great impact and would make the industry more competitive. So this is from my side, and you have our contact information. I can also give you the contact information of Mr. Hamza if you want to connect with the STZA. Thank you.
Uh, 好，谢谢。所长，您看有什么问题？好，好，谢谢，谢谢您的介绍。我们，我们下面一个介绍人员是来自埃及的这个 Dr. 阿里先生。呃，他没在线。阿里先生，请您打开您的这个摄像头。来自埃及的。我叫了一下。不，我们给他结束了，准备。Karini, please share your screen. You can start now from Egypt. 就是那个人，他听不见吗？对，哎，you just mute yourself. Please unmute yourself.
Do you hear me?
Yes, you can start your presentation now.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I will present some points about the
So
innovation
please
services.
share your screen.
Wait. Wait, please. Okay.
看不到您的屏幕。
Okay, you share, do you show my screen? I have shared.
可以了，可以了。
Okay. Do you show my screen?
可以，可以。
Okay. Hello everybody. I will give a presentation on about some point about the innovation services on ground in Egypt. The STI system in Egypt is very centralized by the public sector. The private sector contribution in the R&D activities in Egypt is very few, around 5%. In case of Egypt, the R&D indicator state in Egypt ranking is 14th worldwide for the published article around 2,000 23,000 of paper published paper in 28 in 28, while the number of uploaded patent around 700 of local and international patent in Egypt. Research and development expenditure in Egypt for the GDP in 2018 around 0.7%. It's very low, but it is raised from 0.2% in 1996, and that will arrive to 1% in this year. Here I put it the STI system in point in Egypt. Egypt Higher Council of Science and Technology is the main council for supporting R&D activities and STI in Egypt. Is a consisting of a panel of ministers and experts for identifying Egypt development priorities and the science and technology research. The Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research is responsible for implementing the national research policy and strategy for the science and technology. The ministry has 13 affiliated research centers in addition to public and other public affiliated with other public private universities. We have also a number of research centers affiliated with different sectors, with different ministries of with different ministries, around 71 research centers. One of the key players of STI system in Egypt is the Egypt Academy of Science, that is responsible for raising the awareness and promoting scientific culture and thinking, assessing science and technology indicators, and encouraging the complete cycle of innovation. The Science and Technology Development Fund, one of the opportunity, one of the umbrella that fund science and technology activities in Egypt, that give different granted for funding different research and development activities in industry and in universities and in research centers. One of the statistics about the number of research centers in Egypt, public and private research center, we have around 429 research center, including both the publicly and the privately funded centers. As I mentioned previously, the R&D in the company spending in R&D around 0.7% from his activities in Egypt. We have make statistics about 2022 companies. We have found 10% only of these companies have a new technology from his own technology or local technology. هنا in this slide we have an overview about the SCI in Egypt. GDP, STI for the GDP 0.7%, number of patent application for resident and non-resident around 2,300 patent application. The granted for Egyptian and non-Egyptian bodies around 500 patent, and number of application around 20 to 2,000 20,000 per year, or 22,000 per year. International rank of Egypt as Saimago publication around 36. This means we have a good we have a good board of scientists in all over in all fields of science and technology, but this not reflect in the STI system in Egypt. We have a large number of scientists in Egypt. We have international rank of Egypt for in the international publication 36. This means Egyptian scientist is very good in the publication, but this not reflect as a patent, as they do not reflect in the form of product and then something like this. This as about the patent according to type of applications, research center and individual and the companies and something like this. As I mentioned, this year the situation is made worse by the fact that the private sector contribution an estimated 5% of the country research budget, one of the lowest contribution anywhere. Most industry in Egypt seem to adopt the research and technology translate into profit. Non-governmental funded of science are thin on the ground. We will here give a brief existing system in regard to the innovation incubation and the business park in Egypt from the science structure, ownership and individual NPOs. Science and technology in Egypt, Science Park, we have 4 Science Park, City of Scientific Research and Technology Applications, and the British University Science Park, ERI Science Park, Technology Valley in Ismailia. The number 1 and the number 2 and the number 3 start this year. They started to launch it this year. Number 1 and the number 4 scope only on the computer science and IT systems and information technology. For the innovation center, we have many innovation centers. We have a smart village innovation centers that under umbrella of ITIDA, Nile University Research Innovation Centers, National Research Center. We have, and as I am a member of National Research Center, we have 6 research innovation research center in textile and nanotechnology and advanced material and virology innovation centers. There are a number of innovation centers in a number of universities, but this we have not specific statistics about this centers. As I have mentioned, we have 6 innovation excellence centers are located at the National Research Center. For the high technology entrepreneurship and startups zones, we have ITIDA and university innovation centers. We have 2 types of incubator in Egypt, business incubator, and we have a technology incubator. Business incubator established in Egypt from around 25 years ago under the umbrella of the Enterprise Authority, Medium and Enterprise Authority, which was previously known as the Social Bank for Development. We have also incubator of the smart villages. This as a business incubator, give a fund and give a facilities for the investors and for the young people to start his companies. But we have also technology incubators under umbrella of the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research, under under the umbrella of the investment law for science, for investment in science. We have many incubator under the umbrella of Egypt Academy of Scientific Research and Technology. We have business incubator in many in some of research centers and several universities. Here as a UNESCO Institute for Statistics, we have three science technology Egypt in Egypt. Smart Village technology Smart Village, and that is and that is called Technology Village, City of Scientific Research of Technology Application, and the Technology Valley in Ismailia. And the bridge, this is a main, this not included in this statics, is a bridge University in Cairo Science Park. Due to the law of research and development shared in GDP in Egypt, the government have take some of corrective action to change this case. Some of this of corrective action as follow: more than 15 office for transfer and technology transfer and marketing technology transfer offices were established in the university and research center, which led to breakthrough in the linking of output of scientific research with economic activities. Several specialist technology incubator of the Academy of Scientific Research have been established in the regional centers. We have more than 13 entrepreneurship club have been established, spread in the entrepreneurship culture in the universities and research centers. There are many donors, the government and the private sector, that provide financing opportunities to establish small and medium-sized companies based on the local research output. We have several cooperation protocols have been signed between businessmen and associations and industry modernization centers, research center and university. The law of incentive for investment in scientific research have been approved 2018, which allow universities and research center to establish technology incubator, science and technology valley, and establish a company. We have our expectation from cooperation with China. We need a training in the operation and management of technology in the universities and research centers. The stage of transformation to transforming of research output into industry and commercial product. We have a lack in this cases. Assistance in the accreditation and certificate stages, sharing SMEs and innovation project via research and development institutes, knowledge transfer in regarding to incentive and motivation and the facilities on the level of government and NPOs. Providing technical and financial support with the aim to establishing a technology incubator and innovation centers, Egypt, based on the Chinese models. We need training hand in hand on business development, verification of technology development, involvement of experimental users, or real cases of research output present at the centers. We need to practical training hand in hand for the necessary mechanism to identifying and evaluating the market potential, screening and market analysis. This is an example for the Science and Technology Park in Egypt, that launched in this year, is the technology incubator of the Electronic Research Institute, ERI. This STPIR aims to be the first science park in Egypt in electronic industry and one of the unique specialized science park in Africa and the MENA region that address the local and regional market in the ever-growing electronics, communication, and IT industries. And it's a photo of the models of this science park of ERI. It's a photo of the present CC opens this incubator. And this a main component of this of the incubator of ERI. And this is a current expected activity: clean rooms, conference hall, technological incubator and innovation centers, advisor companies specialist in electronic industry for field, electronic design circuits and companies, training center, specialists and central laboratories. And this is available capitalizing and in the national project in SRI. And thank you.
好，谢谢 Dr. 阿里的关于埃及的情况的介绍。那么下一个介绍的国家是泰国，有2家机构，一个是清迈大学科技园，还有这个高等教育创新政策研究办公室。好，请泰国的演讲人分享屏幕。
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Could you please stop sharing your screen? So,
okay.
I cannot share my screen at this moment.
Wait, please. I have a problem. My computer is very slow. Do you need the presentation? Wait, please. Okay.
OK 可以了，您可以开始了。别动。不行，先给他踢出去。泰国的代表请分享屏幕。请打开你的那个声音，请打开你的话筒。
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. So, can you see my sharing screen at this moment?
可以。
Okay, thank you. So, good afternoon, everybody. Here is the Thailand's innovation ecosystem and countries report. So, first of all, I would like to start my presentation with the collaborative form Office of National Higher Education, Science and Research. พี่อ้อมคะจะให้พี่อ้อมพรีเซนต์ก่อนไหมคะ
请
Okay, for this, Thailand is the country in the southeast of Asia. So you can see from this graph, I'm going to show you Thailand's innovation-driven economy goals. First, we have the goals to set the gross domestic expenditure on R&D at 2% of GDP, and then 370 billion Thai baht, which divide into government investment 30% and private sector investment 70%. So the 1,000 innovation-driven enterprise is another target, which combine of smart SME, startup, unicorn with at least 1 billion baht revenue each. Thailand will be globally competitive in high value-added economy. The 5 companies in Fortune Global 500 biggest company. And in the middle of the slide, we showing innovation ecosystem stakeholder model. First, you can see this is the mechanism to drive the innovation ecosystem in Thailand. First, to promote new entrepreneur and IDE. To smart SME, IDE, startup, and spin-off. Second, the demand and mechanism. Through the government procurement, stimulates new markets and open innovation. Third, to reduce the business risks through the support of the seed fund, the soft loan, and stimulates new VC or CVC and angels. The fourth, strong financial and investment incentive from the tax-intensive incentive, innovation fund, the public-private co-funds. And then you can see on the fifth, the unlock laws and regulatory hurdling research and innovation development through the direct R&D grant to private law, regulatory sandbox, loosen purchasing regulatory for R&D, startup promotion and law. 6, improve higher education and STI supporting and management system, the multiple year or block grant budgeting, the effective PMU, the data system. And then the 7th mechanism is to improve STI infrastructure capabilities and manpower from S&T manpower, S&T infrastructure, innovation zone, incubator, innovation manager, and the holding company. This is the big picture of Thailand's innovation-driven economies and stakeholder that related. So next, I'm going to move to Science and Technology Park Chiang Mai University, or STEP Thailand. You can see more details in the mechanism from the local and regional part of Thailand. So Ms. Hariya, could you please present on this topic?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon from Chiang Mai, Thailand. The STEP Science Technology Park is under Chiang Mai University. We are University Science Park. And since nowadays, the university faces the valley of challenges, such as the globalization and the decreases of students every year. So we thought that university has to transform its role from doing business as usual, like teaching and doing research only, to become an innovation creator. Next, please. Next slide, please. Yes. So the Thailand Regional Science Parks has been established to promote business innovation and entrepreneurship, and to drive university transition. As you can see from this model, the University Science Park is acts as the linkage or the platform to utilize the resources in the universities, because right now in Thailand, many university is a public university and supported by the government. We have a lot of resources such as researcher, many infrastructure, STI infrastructure like labs, laboratories, equipment, and also the know-how research. In order to utilize these resources, they set up the University Science Park. This University Science Park can link the SME, SMLE community and startup. So by empowering this small, medium, and large enterprise, the startup and community, this player in the economy can drive the economy and of the province and the country. Next, please. So right now, the Thailand Regional Science Park have been set up since 2012. At first, there were 14 universities network. As you can see in the northern region of Thailand, there are Northern Science Park combined 14 universities. And on the eastern part of the Thailand, there are Northeastern Science Park and also at the Southern Science Park as well. Right now we have 44 university network already because of the policy of the National of Ministry of Science and Technology want to drive more university science parks. So right now we have expanded from 16 network university to 44 network university already. So next, please. Come back to the step, our Science Technology Park. At first, we has been set up since 2010 as the Technology Development Center for Industry. But after the policy of the Ministry of Science and Technology Park launched that they want to support the Science Park. So many universities have set up their own science park, like namely Science Park, in order to get the financial support from the government. So we are set up, founded by 7 faculty in the Chiang Mai University. And also we are working in collaboration with other 13 universities, so we can link 13 and 44 university in Thailand as well. So we are not an excellence center of the university, but we are a service provider, like one-stop service for researchers who want to license their technology or to set up their own company. And also we are the service solution for SMEs or newborn companies who want to become tech startup or to use technology and innovation to develop the companies. So next, Ms. Wasupha will elaborate more on the detail on how STEP give our service to all the partners. Turn on the mic, please.
Okay, sorry. So Science and Technology Park Chiang Mai University plays the significant roles in driving forward the knowledge, research, and intellect IP from university to cross the valley of challenge through the 3 main platforms, which are inside-out approach, outside-in approach, and startup approach. So as the result, the high potential SME and startups can create jobs and increase economic growth. So let's have a look at the first platform, which is inside-out approach. This is the mechanism to license the technology or the IP or know-how from university to the private sector to start the business. The first showcase of this approach is the PAT Longan Essence. The Longan is local food in Thailand, which is beneficial to your health. Unfortunately, the price of this fruit is fluctuated and can be dropped in certain years. So the smart solution to Thailand's Longan crisis is to license the Longan seeds extraction know-how to one of the largest drink companies in Thailand and produce the functional drinks, which can add multiple times of value to the customer, farmers, and business. So there is over 800 million Thai baht private investment in this deal. So next, do you ever find small black insect in the rice? So with our technology, UTDRF technology or uniform thermal distribution of radio frequency is the first non-chemical treatment technology in the world, which intentionally applies for eliminating the black insects in the rice. So we have successfully licensed this technology to the right partners who can manufacture and install the machine at the agricultural co-op and the rice factory nationwide. And thanks to the support from the Ministry of Higher Education, Science, Research, and Innovation. So we can successfully diversify this technology for commercialization. Then go to the second mechanism, which is outside-in approach. We receive business problems or technology inquiry from the private sector. Then we match the project with the research and expert from university to solve these problems. We help them to apply the matching fund, and when the project complete, they will license the technology for commercialization. So this is the example of our client. We have the big company and also the startup in the profile. The third approach is startup platform from the research. So there are three main tracks to support startup. First, the pre-incubation, which approach to groom the entrepreneurship, skill sets, and business plan. And then the second is incubation platform to help startup validate the market, foster fast business growth, and build strategic partner. And third, acceleration program focusing on international market expansion, network, and get the fundraising. This is our startup profile by the focus industry. 60% of them from IT software and digital content, and followed by agricultural and food, and medical biotechnology, and energy technology, and the materials. In 2019, it is our honor to receive the Incubator of the Year Award from Thai BizPar and AABI, or Asia Associated Business Incubation from Hong Kong. And this is the total contribution of STEP from 2012 to 2020. There are 1,134 projects, collaborative research with industry, and more than 150 companies of startups. And we contribute more than 11,000 million Thai baht for economic impact. Then we will move to the strategic location of NSP building.
Okay, yes, the Northern Science Park building, as you can see from the right side of the slide, the building has been constructed at CMU Mae Hiet campus since 2017 with the construction financial support from the Ministry of Science and Technology. The building has 20,750 square meters, and the location is quite strategic from, as you can see, it's only 9 kilometers from the airport and only 10 kilometers from the town hall and 8 kilometers from the main campus and 35 kilometers from the northern region industrial estate. Next, please. Yeah, and for the building, for the company who who are located in the building. We are fully equipped with necessary infrastructure and services for the company to start or to run their business. Our service we call Total Innovation Solution. We provide STI service such as the central labs for the company who do R&D in the building. Also, we do the tech startup and incubation program for the startup who want to accelerate or want to spin off or to empower their capacity. And also we have the research and business development program, such as if the company want to do more R&D and wants to match with the researcher in the university, we can do that for them. And also we have the matching fund and the business matching program. And also we can link the company with the venture capital nationally and also overseas as well with our partner. And of course, we do have the service spaces. We have office space and also meeting room from 2 to 3 people until like 100 people. And also we do have the auditorium that can fit for about 440 people as well. And last but not least, we have the essential support facilities such as restaurants, cafe, and convenience store, and in order to have the people who stay in the building comfortable. Next one, please. So according to the figure of the NSP building, right now we are fully booked. We are full already. We have 54 organizations in the building, divided into 4 categories, which are the first. There are small, medium, and large enterprise accounted for 55%. Next, we have startup, like startup company, 25%. And we have strategic partners such as the regional branch of the National Innovation Agency or the branch of the Ministry of Science and Technology, like accounted for 15%. And last, we have like 9% of the cafe and the convenience store and the restaurant. The company in the building divided into 4 clusters as seen in the slide. We have the company there in the IT, software, and digital content cluster. And the next one, the agriculture and food, and the medical and biotechnology is the same proportion of 14%. And we have 10% of the company from the energy, technology, and the materials. In the building, we have people, we have generated the high skill R&D employment accounted for like 485 people. And many activities since the start of this year, we have like 11,000 activities in the building already. So it's quite lively environment. Next one, please. So step, we are very welcome all the collaboration and partnership. Our management team have the strategy of the open innovation approach. So we think that we cannot grow and make contribution to our society by ourselves. So we are open for collaboration from within and outside country as well. Next one, please. So yeah, we can, if you are from the government agency and want to link with the local government, we can link you with the local government as well. And also, of course, university researcher, do more R&D, or you are from the private sector, or you from startup from your country, want to trial or want to stay in Thailand, maybe in Chiang Mai, in the northern of Thailand, you can connect with us as well. We can help you. So next one, please. Okay, this logo are the example of our partners and networking. So we have the partner from the China as well, the TAS Holding, and also from Korea and from Japan. and Taiwan as well, and many more, and Singapore as well. And so these local are from like Thai government as well, with it local and national, and also international organization. So next slide, please. Right now, we have like more than 10 countries and 20 organizations that's been our partner, and we are connected through them. So the task holding, as I mentioned before, we have like MOU. I think it's like 2016 with we bring the company called PM Group to sign MOU with task holding, and you can see in the next slides, please. Yeah, I think in the photo in the upper left corner, that's the MOU signing ceremony. And also we also host international conference like with the researcher and also the startup from the Latin America as well. So next one, please. So don't worry if you are from government agency or from university, from academic area, or you are private company. If you want to connect with people in Thailand, or you want to start your own business, you can connect to us, whether you want to do a co-research or conference, or we are open for human resource exchange as well. And we are also looking for the tech localization. If you have interesting technology that can be applied in Thailand, whether in Chiang Mai or anywhere, you can contact us and we can discuss more. We also open for the startup mobilization program. If the startup want to like do the market research or want to come to Thailand, stay like a week, from a week to a month or 2 or 3 months, you can connect to us and we can arrange the program, or we can connect you to the local government and agency in Thailand. So we do the business supports and soft landing for this company as well. So right now we also discuss about the program to partner with the Shanghai Technology Innovation Center. Is from Thai BISPA and the Thai Association, Thai Business Incubator and Science Park and Association connect us with this program, that we hope that we can do more collaboration program with China and other countries participant as well. So I think this all. Thank you. Next, please. So this is the contact of me. I am Pantari Inya and also Ms. Vasupha. This as shown in slide, you can contact us. Thank you very much.
谢谢来自泰国的分享。那么下一个呢是来自巴西的分享，是来自巴西马托格罗索科技园的代表进行分享。请巴西的代表分享屏幕。
Hi, do you see my video?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay.
Audio and video.
Well, my name is Helena Paiva. I'm the coordinator of the Senai Institute of Technology in the state of Mato Grosso, Brazil. I'm here with other colleagues from 2 different states in Brazil, Santa Catarina and Mato Grosso. We'd like to thank Beijing Great Wall Enterprise Institute for the opportunity to talk about Brazilian science, technology, and innovation ecosystem. Brazilian's science, technology, and innovation ecosystem is composed of several players, especially public and private organizations, whether for profit or not. Today, we'll focus on the main initiatives of 2 Brazilian states, the state of Santa Catarina, whose technology sector ranks 6th in Brazil in number of companies and employees, and the state of Mato Grosso, the largest producer of soybeans, corn, and cotton in Brazil. It accounts for almost 28% of the national grain harvest, estimated at 241.3 million tons. These are numbers from Brazil, population, area, GDP, we speak Portuguese or language, and the investments in R&D, 1.66% from GDP. We also present our federal policy system composed by the President of the Republic, Ministry of Science, Technology, Innovation, and Communication, a national strategy to science, technology, and innovation, the National Plan to Support Innovations Environment, called PNI, from 2018 to 2022, composed by the National Program to Support Incubators and Technological Parks, Digital Policies, Innovation, Entrepreneurship, Enterprise Innovation, Intellectual Property. We also present our legal support, composed by our constitutional amendment, Science, Technology, and Innovation Act from 2004 and 2016 and 2018, Informatic Law, and Goodwill Law. Our innovation environment, as also in other countries, has areas of innovation and mechanisms to generate entrepreneurship. The areas of innovation ecosystem are composed by science and technology parks, smart cities, innovation clusters, innovation districts, innovation community, and other areas of innovation, and mechanisms to generate entrepreneurship, business incubators, accelerators, co-working spaces, living labs, and other mechanisms. Here we present some important milestones in Brazil. Since 1984, the incubation process started. 1998, our National Innovation Policy and Science, Technology, and Innovation Action Plan. In 2002, technological parks and incubators started, and new legal framework for innovation recently in 2016. Data from 2020, the numbers of technological parks in Brazil today is 64 parks in operation, 5 in deployment, and 23 in project. Santa Catarina is a state Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Great.
Santa Catarina technology has been strengthening every year. There are more than 80,000 people, including entrepreneurs and employees, who make this sector one of the most prosperous and solid economic activities in the state. Mato Grosso, the state of Mato Grosso, is located in central Brazil, bordering 6 other Brazilian states and 1 other country in South America. The technology park infrastructure is planned to promote innovation culture, new technology pole in the state with high quality accommodation infrastructure for companies, research labs, IST, universities, and will stimulate economic regional diversification, developing new projects and technologies, and will form an integrative network between innovation actors and opportunity areas for local development sectors. The main goals at this park is integration, co-working, and cooperation and innovation. Main goals from state of Mato Grosso in Brazil are be an integration bridge between knowledge and the market, integrate existing mechanisms and initiatives, attract companies in the technology segment, encourage the creation of startups, make innovation a tool to strengthen the competitiveness of companies in Mato Grosso, strengthen Mato Grosso as technological pole, and promote the development of Mato Grosso based on innovation. The main areas are agribusiness, biotechnology, geosciences, green chemistry and new materials, and communication and IT. Here we present the Industry Innovation Hub in Mato Grosso, where I work, is a connecting environment of the state's innovation ecosystem, composed by laboratories, food and beverage, and construction mainly, professionals and spaces for the creation of ideas, projects, collaboration, open innovation programs, startups pre-acceleration, RD&I projects, and more. These are our verticals, RDI projects, to develop, capture, and execute RDI projects, especially with industry and startups. New business development and startups by mentoring, prototyping, and connections for entrepreneurs. Innovation resources, we map and connect with national and international development agencies and credit lines for innovation, and strengthening the ecosystem by connections with players in the innovation ecosystem nationally and internationally. These are some examples of projects that we developed with industry in the past 10 years. The most recent is antiviral paint to construction industries, but we also act in agribusiness, biofuel industry, logging and animal protein industry, inputs for civil construction, cosmetic and beverage can industry. Santa Catarina, their verticals business from ACATI, which is a technical associate in the state, are agribusiness, Construtex, creative economy, education, energy, fintech, IoT, manufacturing, health, security, smart cities, and retail. These are the numbers from revenue from the last years and productivity. We also present the verticals from Business ACATI, 13 verticals plus 300 companies. Business verticals are groups of technology companies associated with ACATI that promote productive dialogues about sectors, challenges, trends, and opportunities, and develop projects with a positive impact on society. 13 business vertical comprise themes and sectors that make Santa Catarina's productive ecosystem more complete, and the verticals that we already said. They have strategic programs, and they connect the programs to the stage that the company associated the company's journey, like is showed in this slide. They also have link labs to connect startups to corporates. Corporates are able to meet their innovation challenges more quickly, while startups have the opportunity to better understand their market and generate business. That's it. Thank you very much. And here are our contacts from Brazil, states of Mato Grosso and Santa Catarina.
有一个问题，关于这个马托格罗索科技园，这个科技园的面积现在是多大？你好，马托格罗索州科技园的代表，请问科技园现在的面积或者说规划面积有多大？
I didn't understand. What did you say?
So, what about the size of the Mato Grosso Park now?
Size of Mato Grosso Park.
Uh,
The size of Mato Grosso Park. We
Yes.
have 64 parks in operation, but in Mato Grosso, our park, the size is, let me see, Rogério, if you know the size, 1.300, yes, it's 1.335 million meters square. Did I answer your question? Is that okay?
Okay, okay. Thank you. It's clear to us. And thank you to all the representatives from Brazil. I know it's a very early in the morning of Brazil.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
好的，那下面是来自印尼的代表，是印尼安达拉斯大学科技园的代表，请分享屏幕。
Okay, can I start the presentation?
可以。
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Indonesia delegation. We'd like to present our country report with the title Delivering Innovation and Educational Outcomes Through Indonesia Science Technopark. At first, Indonesia at glance, Indonesia has a population of about 270 million people, fourth most populous nation in the world. We have 500 language and dialect, and Indonesia is the largest country in Southeast Asia. It is made up of over 17,000 islands with 5 major islands: Sumatra, Java, Kalimantan, Sulawesi, and Papua. 81% of Indonesia consists of sea. And major industries, plywood, rubber, natural gas, textile, and apparel. And major import are machinery and equipment, chemical, fuel, and foodstuff. So Indonesia is big country, big opportunity, big challenge, and big market. And the overview of innovation in Indonesia based on Global Innovation Index to 2020 rankings. Indonesia has been in 85th rank of Global Innovation Index and joined the top 10 in lower middle economies, income economies category. And this is the overview of the data. We have researcher per million inhabitants. This is quite small. And the number of patents is already good, but the problem is the commercialization. And about the gross expenditure, research and development, Indonesia is 0.2. Yeah, this is quite small, under UNDP recommendation 2%. And we can see the performance from GERD by sector of performance and by source of fund. This is still dominated by government. Issues in innovation development. First, fusion of organizations that have an impact on government programs. Yeah, for example, just current happen, merging between Research and Technology Ministry and Education and Culture Ministry also impact in program and funding, especially Science and Technopark under Research and Technology Ministry. The focus of the Science and Technopark area is still overlapping, yeah, because several Science and Technopark have the same focus. But with the communication and coordination under organization of Science and Technopark in Indonesia, we can adjust the detail of the activity quite different. And the TTO function is still not maximal. This is, we just try to build the TTO, and today with the outcome of research and innovation still in IP document publication, but not commercialized. And lack of link and overseas network. Yeah, this is also become a problem, but our government also facilitate us to do benchmark training workshop in overseas. And like today, Indonesia attend this occasion, also build link and networking. And low industry trust in domestic innovation. Yeah, this is happen because between innovator and industry don't know each other. They do their work by themselves. But today we have platform called Kedai Reka. So in the platform we meet together. So the innovator can put the description of research, technology readiness level, IP, etc. And industry also at the same platform can access it, can see and discuss, asking. And finally, after match between industry and innovator, government will give funding to do collaboration and development. And the regulation and policy in Indonesia about Science Technopark come from our President vision and mission to building a number of Science Technopark. And it's delivered to Indonesia Constitution, Presidential Decree, Ministerial Regulation, Regional Policy, University, Science Technopark, or Research Unit Policy. And this is the basic service that Science Technopark in Indonesia should have: incubation services, technology implementation, production on a limited scale, IP and technical services. And the target developing 100 Technopark as our president program in the area of Regency and city and Science Park in every province. Finally, the realization, we have 47 Science Technopark under a different ministry, also private and under institute, etc. And this is the spreading of Science Technopark in Indonesia under Research and Technology Ministry. There are 18 Science Technopark. And the level of Science Technopark under Research and Technology Ministry, 12 of it's beginner, 10 medium, we don't have the major one. But in measurement in 2021, I thought, there are the major one. This is the description of the level. And government support for Science Technopark in Indonesia, when is construction of facilities that depend of the need of the Science Technopark itself. And the second one, institutional strengthening. Yeah, for us in Science Technopark under Research and Technology Ministry, we just finished the institutional strengthening at 2019. Then seed funding startup. Yeah, this is given by government every year for 200 startup. Yeah, 200 or even more. Initiating co-incubation with overseas partnership. Yeah, this is also facilitated by government. Human resource development. We have a program for that. And creating super ecosystem, this is Organization for Science Technopark and also Organization for Incubator in Indonesia. Well, in Belt and Road Science and Technology Park International Workshop today, there are 4 Science Technopark attend this meeting. One in Sumatra Island, Andalas Science Technopark, and 3 from Java Island, Cibinong Science Technopark, IPB Science Technopark, and Gajah Mada Science Technopark. First, Universitas Andalas Science Technopark. The focus area are food, herbal, and health. And this is the services that Andalas University Science Technopark. And infrastructure and facilities, management office, co-working space, display room as usual. And Science Technopark of Universitas Andalas also concerned in COVID-19. So we have COVID-19 laboratory, teaching hospital. This is the hospital. And we have also teaching industry of Gambir. Gambir is local potential in Sumatra, produce catechin, tannin. And we have also a production house. And for product, we have so many products, but still in prototype. We have 84 product in book 1 and 91 product in book 2. But the product that already commercialized just several of it. For example, cosmetic, rendang. This is a food, the most delicious food in the world, and medicine. And this is the roadmap for strengthening COVID-19 health and medical research. Will start in 2022 with a collaboration with JICA, Japan. And this is the roadmap. And in 2026, we will try to achieve production and business plan to the market. And the next is IPB University Science Technopark. The focus area are tropical agriculture, food, bioscience, and marine. And the infrastructure and facilities, preclinical tests, laboratory analysis, pilot plan, management office, pilot plant building, collaborative research center building, technology business incubation building, packaging house, and co-working space. And this is several products that from many products that IPB University has. This is noodle, organic helmet, and many else. And the roadmap for IPB University at 2025 will achieve expansion of the Science Technopark impact. Next is Cibinong Science and Technopark, CSTP, under Indonesian Institute of Sciences. And the focus of the field, food technology, digital and robotic, smart farming and smart fisheries, health, and funding for the development of CSTP, LIPI, is obtained from National Sharia Securities. Yeah, and this is the activities that are already done, and this is well done. And this is facilities, specimen storage and maintenance and X2 conservation, high performance computing for digital research and innovation, utilization of laboratory, molecular engineering, and material engineering. And this is the service, open lab service, intellectual property service, technology transfer service, incubation service, and scientific consultation and tutoring, workshop, training, and scientific visit and internship program. And the product, this is one of it is COVID-19 vaccine candidates, syringe crusher, etc. Last but not least is UGM Science Technopark. Focus area of UGM Science Technopark are medical devices, technology information, and agriculture. And the facilities that UGM has, Technomed Factory, also manufacturing herbal medicine, and cacao teaching and learning industry. So this is the building, the picture of building. And this is medical devices. Yeah, many popular product from UGM Science Technopark. Serespon, the new one is Genos, the equipment to detect COVID-19 by air. So if you want to know the detail about this, you can asking the person in charge for the Science Technopark. Already attend this meeting too. And this is the roadmap of UGM Science Technopark in 2024. Try to achieve sustainable and self-reliant business process. Well, this is a proposed collaborative agenda. One, collaborative with global partner to deliver innovative research-based product through incubation and acceleration, and then spin out as startup businesses, as well as delivering variety academic publication related to technology-based innovation. And two, market development and penetration, not only in the domestic market, but also in Asia, Europe, and Africa. And three, connecting to global investor, ventures, and angel who are interested in the development socially responsible businesses in achieving the triple bottom line, people, profit, and planet. We propose to collaborate with China as an expert and also participant from around the world, CE and ISO certification, maybe another certification too, joint distribution for the global market, joint production, startup investment, and capacity building. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention and terima kasih.
您好，这个安德拉斯大学科技园现在有多少家企业在入驻，在孵化，在入驻？
Sir, I don't understand.
您安德拉斯大学科技园现在入孵的企业数量是多少？
Could you translate it in English for me? Because I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay, can you please tell us how many companies do you have in your park now?
Okay, for companies, in Andalas University itself, yeah, because I only know in Andalas University, we have partner three. First is Semen Padang. That's Semen Padang is a local company, and also Kimia Pharma. That's about medicine, and Bio Pharma. That's we're in medicine. Yeah, only three company. The big one, I mean, but the small one we have several, but the big one only three company. Yeah, but maybe in UGM, EPB, IPB University, CSTP, they have a lot of partner in company.
Yeah. Hello, Ibu Uni Eka. Can I add something?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yes, in our STP, we have, until now, we have around 40 startups. And also we have right now 5 industry that cooperate also in STP. Maybe that could help. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's all from Indonesia. Thank you.
Hello, I'm from Vietnam. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. I'm from Vietnam Technology Transfer Center, and today I'm gonna share with you a quick look about the science and technology of Vietnam. The main content of my report will be divided into 4 parts. The first one is science and technology parks. Second one is high-tech business in Vietnam. The third one is science and technology cooperation between Vietnam and China, and the last one is the current demands of Vietnamese organizations. The first one, I want to share with you about our science and technology parks. We have 3 big science and technology parks, which is invested by Vietnam government, and we have also other local and specialized high-tech park across the country. These big 3 STP park of our country is Hoa Lạc STP in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City STP, and Da Nang City STP. And besides, we also have some high-tech zones in terms of software, like in Ho Chi Minh, Cần Thơ, Đà Nẵng, Hải Phòng, Vietnam National University. In terms of agriculture, we have in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, Thái Nguyên, Đà Lạt, Ninh Thuận, and we also have some high-tech zones specifying biotechnology in Ho Chi Minh City and other specialized high-tech parks. First one, I want to share with you about Hoa Lạc Science Technology Park. It was established in 1998 and is invested and developed by the government. It has some strength in the location for its development, lies located about 30 kilometers from the capital, maybe the center of the future science. It also have a favorable geographic location for trade and travel, and is we have shortening the travel time between the high-tech park and the center of Hanoi, creating connection and attracting more high-quality human resources. The main areas investment in Hoa Lạc Science and Technology Park is in 4 fields: automation technology, material technology, biotechnology, and information technology. We have some investment incentives when to attract investment, like offers a tax rate of 10% for new investment businesses. We also have the business will be exempted from tax for the first year and 50% tax reduction for the next 9 years. The achievements of Hoa Lạc Science and Technology Parks. We have the 19 investment project with a total registered investment capital of over 85,800 billion Vietnam dong, and many investment projects of leading domestic and international corporation also have been available in Hoa Lạc STP Park, such as Hanwha Aerospace Group in Korea, the development center of Nissan Technology Group from Japan, and some domestic corporation like Viettel Group, VMPT, or FPT, and Vingroup. Next one, I want to share with you about the second STP. This is Ho Chi Minh City Science and Technology Park. Is established on 2002, and it possesses the strength of the strategic geographic location, economic potential with attractive investment incentives and environment. It is totally an ideal investment for domestic and foreign businesses. About the location, is strategically located at the intersection of major highways, and this is the key economic zone of the South, with more than 40 industrial parks and export processing zones around. It's totally supplied, forms a supply and customer network for business investing here. The main areas investment of Ho Chi Minh STP is microelectronics, information technology, telecommunication, precision engineering, automation, biotechnology applied in pharmaceutical and the environment, new energy, new materials, and nanotechnology. About the investment incentives, for the land rental incentive, enterprises will pay 10% of the land rental fees after signing the lease confirmations, and payment will be made within 1 year. And we also offer several policies to encourage the investment of the business. About the achievements, of the SATP, we has granted investment certificates for 156 projects with a total investment capital of more than $7 USD. Many projects technology corporation with a large investment capital, such as Intel, Nidec, Samsung, Nipro, and about the infrastructure, we have 5 laboratories attracting more than 30 doctors and master. And the second one, I want to introduce you about the Da Nang City Science and Technology Park. It was established in 2010, and it also have the strength in the location, like it has a convenient location both by air, waterway, road, and railway. The traffic system from high-tech zones to seaports and airports has been completed, helping to reduce costs for investor. In addition, because it is located on many aerial roads, it's also become convenient to connect with industrial zones, neighboring urban areas, and regional links. The main areas investment is biotechnology for agriculture, microelectronics technologies, new material technology, new energy, etc. About the investment incentives, we also offers a preference to corporate income tax and the land rent incentives during constructions, exemption for no more than 3 years from the date of issuance of the land lease decisions. About the achievements, until now, Da Nang High-Tech Park has attracted 24 projects, including 12 domestic projects with investment capital of 6,291 million Vietnam dong, and 12 FDI projects with investment capital more than 500 billion USD. And in total, the high-tech park and industrial zones attracted 496 projects. Some typical projects, for example, there are 3 foreign direct investment from 2 key material markets attracting investment from the city, which is project of the United States enterprise and other projects. The next part, I want to introduce with you about the high-tech business in Vietnam. The high-tech enterprise play an important role in promoting the current and future development, but this type of enterprise still accounts for just a small number of enterprises established in our countries. Therefore, a series of preferential policies for this enterprise were born to encourage individuals and organizations to establish, for example, like the incentives for high-tech enterprises. And we also welcoming large capital flows from technology corporation with, for example, like many technology product factories in the global supply chain have brought in high export turnover and employed a large number of workers in Vietnam. Next one, I will introduce you Science and Technology Cooperation between Vietnam and China. We have just held the 10th session of S&T Joint Committee Vietnam-China, which was held in the 2018. And at the 9 sessions, the 2 sides implemented cooperation content such as funding to implement joint research projects in the fields of information and agriculture. We also signed a memorandum of understanding on promoting technology transfer cooperation between Vietnam Technology Transfer Support Center and China. And Vietnam highly appreciated the China's ASEAN Science and Technology Cooperation Partnership Program initiative, which was launched in 2012, which is really a breakthrough program in the field of science and technologies, with the 4 major contents like ASEAN China Joint Laboratory, ASEAN China Remote Sensing Data Service Center, ASEAN China Technology Transfer Center, and a typical young scientist comes to work in China. And we also have the exchange the young scientists between the two countries, and the two sides agree to promote cooperation between the two countries. High-tech zones promote cooperation in the exchange of investment experiences and policy mechanism in attracting high-quality human resources and supporting enterprises innovation. The two sides also agree to hold a joint committee meeting every 2 years. The last one is that the current demands of Vietnamese organizations. We really look forward to enhancing cooperation with China through investment, official development assistance, non-governmental aid, technology transfer cooperation, and other forms of international cooperation. We also want to side to promote cooperation to improve capacity to build an innovative startup ecosystem. Specifically, the Chinese side will send experts and advisors to support incubators, universities, and management agencies in entrepreneurship training and coaching. Vietnam will cooperate with Chinese unit to create conditions for startups and enterprises to participate in startup activities, innovation, product introduction at major events of the two countries. And because China has a lot of experience, models, and commercialization, business information from research resource of university, as well as cooperation program with other city and country to support startups very effectively. We express our wish that through cooperation, the Chinese side will transfer and support Vietnam enterprises to grasp advanced technologies in the field of renewable energy, microchips, and most high-tech agriculture, post-harvest processing technologies. And we also hope that the two sides try to organize exchanges about events related to economics and technology development. The Chinese businesses and units will participate in activities at the Vietnam Innovation and Startup Week here in Ho Chi Minh City in the coming years. And thank you for listening. This is my report for the science and technology in Vietnam. And thank you very much.
好的，谢谢。下一位是来自菲律宾的代表来进行分享。好，请分享您的屏幕。
Hello, can you now hear me?
可以。
Yes, yes.
可以。
All right, thank you very much. Can you see the slides I'm trying to share?
Yes, yes. It's
All
clear.
right, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening or good morning, as the case may be. First and foremost, we'd like to thank everyone and the Chinese government, particularly GEI, for allowing us to participate in this very important training on science and technology parks. Our participation here allows us to learn from the vast experience and expertise of China in the area of the establishment and management of science and technology parks. And we are happy to also hear from the experience of the other co-participants in this workshop. Allow us to give you a brief on our efforts toward establishing science and technology parks in the country. Of course, when we say science and technology parks, we go by the definition of the International Association of Science and Technology Parks, where an STP is an organization managed by a specialized professionals, promoting the culture of innovation and competitiveness of its associated business and knowledge-based institutions. We also expect the science and technology parks to stimulate the flow of knowledge and technology, facilitate the creation and growth of innovation-based companies, and provide other value-added services. Accordingly, based on the definition, we expect that science and technology parks be or function as a facilitating media for innovation, provide an environment for the integration of many interventions, and allow the interaction between all players that lead to creative and innovative activity. And accordingly, the park should be in an adequate industrial environment that would allow, that would attract companies to perform research and development. In line with this aim to establish science and technology parks in the Philippines, we have actually seen that the policies are now in place towards this end. Part of those policies include our Philippine Constitution, where it actually acknowledges, where it actually mandates that science and technology is essential for national development and progress. And therefore, the state gives priority to research and development, invention, innovation, and their utilization towards the country's productive systems and national life. Moreover, we also have the Department of Science and Technology, or in other countries, you may call this your Ministry of Science and Technology. And the Department of Science and Technology is mandated to provide central direction, leadership, and coordination of science and technology efforts. And it is also expected to ensure that the results from these endeavors are used for the benefit of the people. Along these lines, the department or the country actually enacted the Technology Transfer Act of 2010. Under this act, it is actually mandated that our public research and development institutes make it their strategic mission to effectively translate the results of government-funded R&D in the country. You will actually note that in the Philippines, a large part of research and development budget is still being provided by the government. And as such, we would like to see that the products of our research and development efforts are actually translated and used by the public. Next, we have the Philippine Development Plan. It's actually for the period of the current administration from 2017 up to next year. And it is actually the first of a medium-term plan that actually expands up to 2040. And it's called the Ambisyon Natin 2040. It is actually loosely translated as our vision for 2040. And in that plan, there are actually three major pillars, and science and technology plays a big role in the third pillar, and that's actually on increasing potential growth. Under this pillar, we hope to actually promote technology adoption and stimulate innovation. Moreover, as we actually go deep into that plan, we see a chapter that focuses on vigorously advancing science, technology, and innovation. Again, as we have seen earlier, the third pillar on increasing potential growth, we actually stressed the need to accelerate and technology adoption, as well as stimulate innovation. And you will also know that under stimulating the environment for innovation, we hope to be able to create the capacity for knowledge and technology generation, acquisition, and adoption. And under this strategy, we actually have here the establishment and the promotion of innovation hubs and other similar mechanisms, which would include science and technology parks. Recently, about 2 years ago, we also have enacted the Philippine Innovation Act. And the act ensures that knowledge is created, acquired, disseminated, and used more effectively by individuals, enterprises, and organizations through a whole of government approach. Through this law, we actually will establish and strengthen the existing innovation centers and business incubators. And along this line, again, the science and technology parks as an instrument towards the attainment of this mandate has been clearly identified. Also, earlier we have a Special Economic Zone Act. This actually allows for the establishment of a separate customs territory that will promote the flow of local and foreign investments, that will generate employment opportunities, simulate the repatriation of Filipino capital by providing attractive climate and incentives for business activity, as well as the other purposes. When we actually talk about special economic zones, other forms of economic zones would come in the form of industrial estates, export processing zones, we have free trade zones, we have tourist recreational areas, and the law also created the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, which actually manages all these special economic zones. Again, recently we also have passed the Innovative Startup Act. This will actually promote the startup ecosystem in the Philippines, and this will also provide the needed funding for the startups in the country. So given all these laws and policies that have been in place, we actually find in the Philippines these existing interventions. We have technology business incubators, we have food innovation centers across the country, we have niche centers for research and development that are actually spread across the regions and the countryside. We have regional inclusive innovation centers. We have knowledge innovation, science and technology parks, and private industrial estates. We also have recently noticed the existence of privately run accelerators in the country. Let me just also talk about knowledge, innovation, science and technology parks. The KIST parks are actually being managed by the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, and this is actually being done in partnership with our state universities and colleges as part of the efforts of these higher education institutions to actually transfer the technologies they generate, as well as an avenue for them to generate funding for their academic operations. There are at least 3 concrete examples that we can cite on our integrated efforts towards the establishment of a science and technology park in the country. We have the Science City of Muñoz. The Science City of Muñoz was first declared as a science and technology community in 1993. And then 20 years ago, during the term of President Estrada, the city was actually enacted to be known as the Science City of Muñoz. The Science City of Muñoz is basically an agglomeration of government agencies that are actually doing science and technology work. And it's anchored on the Central Luzon State University. But alongside the university, we also find in the vicinity of the Science City of Muñoz the other government agencies such as the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, our Agency for National Irrigation Administration, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Of course, we have the Science and Technology Provincial Office. We also have in the vicinity the Philippine Rice Research Institute, the Philippine Center for Post-Harvest Development and Mechanization. We have the Agricultural Training Institute, the Philippine Carabao Center, and it's also good to note that we also have in that vicinity the Philippine Sino Center for Agricultural Technology. You will actually see that in this list of agencies, we are actually just seeing a set of government agencies, aside from well, the Philippine Sino Center for Agricultural Technology. But you might actually just ask, what is that Philippine Sino Center for Agricultural Technology? It was actually it was established in 2000 by both the Philippine and Chinese governments. It sprawls in the area of 10 hectares, and it's within the campus of the Central Luzon State University. It consists of administrative building, living quarters for Chinese experts and guests. It also has a mechanical testing workshop and showroom, a mechanical service workshop for rice post-harvest processing, as well as an experimental farm. The facility is actually built as a bridge and linkage in the demonstration trial of quality hybrid rice varieties, showing showcasing advanced and practical agro machinery and training, as well as the promotion of agricultural technologies. Aside from the Science City of Muñoz, another of our efforts to have the Science and Technology Park is the Knowledge, Innovation, and Science and Technology Park that is located within the Batangas State University in the southern part of Luzon. The Batangas State University, or the BAT State U KIST Park, is a special economic zone that is registered under the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. The KIST Park features tax holidays and fiscal and non-fiscal incentives as provided by the Philippine Economic Zone Authority. It allows access to research facilities, access to human resources, and is very accessible from the National Capital Region. Accordingly, the KIST is expected to be a technology hub. It is supposed to have the design and innovation building, a technology centrum, a data center, a convention center, and even a hotel. Incidentally, part of our delegation here is the president of the Batangas State University. We have here Dr. Tirso Ronquillo, alongside with his vice president, Dr. Albert Sonamante. So if you would actually have questions in regard to how the Batangas State University KIST facilities are, then we may actually call them in a little while. The third example of our efforts towards the Science and Technology Park is actually the University of the Philippines Los Baños Science and Technology Park. Again, this is also a special economic zone. It is located with an area of 70 hectares that is actually within the University of the Philippines Los Baños community. Right now, it is expected to be developed through public-private partnerships. And there are two areas that we expect to see there. One is the Agro-Industrial Park and an ICT Park. At present, a third-party consulting firm is conducting the feasibility study on the creation and the development of the park. We hope to be able to see the park opening its doors to by 2022 or by 2023. So right now, as we continue our efforts towards that aim of having a true science and technology park in the country, we hope to advocate for the formulation of the country's industrialization policy. Alongside this, we will promote the concept of science and technology parks in our National Land Use Committee. We will also push for the implementation of the Philippine Technology Transfer Act, the Philippine Innovation Act, the Innovative Startup Act, as well as collaborate with China on their experience in the successful establishment and management of STPs through official development assistance and other possible modalities. So that, in a nutshell, is our situation on our efforts towards the establishment of science and technology parks in the country. Maraming salamat po. Thank you, Sheshe.
好的，非常感谢菲律宾代表的这个介绍。那么下一位是我们的这个柬埔寨的代表来进行分享。好，请分享您的屏幕。
Okay. So first of all, I would like to say good evening to everyone. Everyone can hear me well?
可以，可以。
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So on behalf of Cambodian participation in here, I would like to greeting all of you once again. And as we have been studying together about 3 weeks, and it's bring and show us very delightful and very have a milestone input for initiative learning and sharing sections, and also for sightseeing in the long term, and how to bring us and deliver us to success story, and also in the Korean demand that we see, and also our challenges. My name is Vandet. I am a director of Department of STI Corporation, and I also a registered to all entitled on this presentation, I would like to divide into two main content. The first part is a general status or current state that is present by the history of the STI or Science and Technology Innovation, and how it's happened as introduction of the Ministry Industry, Science and Technology and Innovation transformations. And inside the MISTI, we also have collect the brain capability, or we have learned in several sections from China that we highlight that we need to have known the human resource. And to creating the general department under MISTI that have the GDSTI and LISTI. And we also would like to turn the page, our page by Global Innovation Index with our strength and weakness. And we also introduce a new finding on roadmap, but we are not yet fully published. And the last part is introduction of the special economic zones and industry park. As we know that each country are basically based on the economic growth in either way of STI park or platform, etc. For the economic development perspective in Cambodia, based on and those that we. Sorry, can you hear me well? Yes, and we would like to emphasize that our strategic visions of the government is shift from Cambodia economic from the agriculture, governments, and tourism and constructions, depending on the broad based on industrial and technology-oriented economics. Those we understand that it is important, and our Prime Minister Cambodia have been approved National Science, Technologies and Innovation Policy for 2020 and 2030. And the Royal Government of Cambodia also recently restructured or transformed the Ministry of Industry and Handicraft MIH to the Ministry of Industry, Science and Technology and Innovations just last year. So the cycle of these three is represent the critical event of the ministry that it just happened during the pandemic periods. As I have been introduced briefly about the first content that our ministry just newly born, that we have a small amount of the human resource. So we are from many area, like we are from Asia, apart Europe, America, and other. And we joined ministry under the two names like GDSTI and NIST. And we are mostly get master and also PhD degree. So under the ministry, I just transformed from MHI to MIH to MISTI. We also inform or create two general departments. So it's a general department of science and technologies, innovation, and National Institute of Science and Technology Innovations. So we work at the National Council of Science and Technology Innovation, so function of the government of STI development, and work at the secretary of the ministry, third function of development of STI sector in Cambodia. So we have the 5 development department: STI policy, technology transfer, STI information and management, STI corporation, and the last is policy monitoring, inspection, and evaluation. And for another department is NIST. So we call National Institute of Science and Technology and Innovation. We have 3 departments and 1 national laboratory. So this panel, I would like to present about the Global Innovation Index 2020. So the Global Innovation Index has ranked the world economy according to their innovation capability, consisting of the last 80 indicators: growth, innovation, input, and output. And the GII aim to capture the multiple dimensional facets of innovations. Cambodia ranked 21st among 29 of the lower middle income economies, and Cambodia ranked 15 among 17 economic in Southeast Asia and East Asia. So we see in this graph, we say that Cambodia have a high score in one of the 7 pillars on the market certifications, which is about the average of lower middle income group. And this continually from the Global Index Innovations to present about strength and weakness. So the strength of the Cambodia are found from 5 of the 7 pillars. So I would like to continue for roadmap. So the development of roadmap to implement Cambodian Science and Technology Innovation Policy 2020 to 2030. As I shown from the previous slide, to realize that the policy objectives, the government is seek advice on developing policy implementing strategies to guide ministry and relevant institute on that they will have to take in terms of the activity, responsibility, ministry, organizations, timeline, and resource. By this request, our part ministries is currently supported by UNESCAP, United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asian and Pacific, to develop the roadmap. And our roadmap haven't been published, official published yet, but the document will provide a newly formed of ministry to guideline activity, facilitating multiple stakeholder coordinations in implementation of Cambodia's STI policy. So we have a 5 pillars. The first one is governance. So we enhance the governance by STI system. By 2021, MISTI, we will lead the coordinator of STI policy and set the directions of STI policy and research agenda together with the National Council STI. And second pillar is education, build human capital in STI. By 2030, 50% of university students are in STEAM, and mathematics, 40% women. With the collaboration and net 23 technology and innovation park and cluster are fully operational, and University Industrial Link official in place by 5 university in 2023. And the fourth pillar is ecosystems. So fostering enabling ecosystem for building absorption capacity in firm and attraction of investment at STI by 2030. The whole of Cambodians country and the expenditures come from the business sectors. Here is a illustrate about the industrial park and special economic zone by 2020. So the special economic zone is designed providing considerable government incentive and benefit to the zone for developer, operator, and investor, including exemption of the from custom tax, include tax, income tax, and also taxes result from reducing cost in infrastructures, utility, raw material, and other sources, which increase export competitiveness and benefit international trade. So in the graphic, we would like to show in two color. The first one is the green, it indicate the industrial park, and the purple color in this illustrate the special economic zones. So I would like to give some example like in Phnom Penh. So this indicate the Phnom Penh special economic zone that have over 357 hectares inside and more than 80 international company from 50 different nations in the zones. So the that versions is to trade the developer and operator in the zone to create a long-term value and shareholder, stakeholder, and communicate and community as a whole. And the mission of this park is to lead the zone in the Cambodia with a customized and iOS certificate infrastructure solution, on-site administration service, and centered locations to support regional logistics and to provide the manufacturing company and financial advantage as a secure long-term investment and play a role key for development for the local economy. And I would like to go to second sections, but before I would like to give some example, like we also have a techno setup center that is for Indonesian innovation lift up for Cambodia, and also we have the SME bank. It is an example for enabling business environment for science and technology innovation. But I am sorry that I didn't put in this slide, but we will discuss more on dialogue along with country and conversations after this workshop. And for current demand we need, so the first part is capacity building. As we know that the capacity building is a core value of the input or add in and know-how for STI move and accelerate faster. So we need to have training program like knowledge and technology transfer, excursion, site visit, consultant, and joint workshop space. And as we really know that the capacity building and is very important, and we know that the Great Wall Enterprise Institution GEI is also professional and well-known think tanks that we wish that we can work together closely to share and to build the Cambodian human resource as long as it brings to the success level. So for second demand is the priority sectors. We have 5 main pillars on the investment opportunity and private sector. The first one is a new industry with the capability of breaking in new markets with a high value adding product and creative, highly competitive such as machinery assembly, mechanics, electronics, electric equipment assembly, mean to transport assembly, and national resource processing. Second is SME in all sectors, especially that involved in drugs and medical equipment production, construction material, packaging equipment for export, furniture maturing, and industrial equipment, etc. And the third pillar is agro-industrial production for export and domestic markets. The fourth, various type of supporting industry for agriculture, tourist, textile sectors, as well as industrial regional production chain with either global markets or global value chains. And the last pillar is industrial serving regional production line and those of future strategic importance such as ICT, energy, heavy industry, cultural, historical, traditional handicrafts, or green technologies. So as for the third current demand is a fostering SME. Like us both from we are from GD, STI, and NIST. We understand that importance of SME is fostering economic growth and social stability, especially SME within the science and technology innovation sectors. We need to have a 3 areas for Cambodia into fostering SME effectively. The first one is a policy on STI and SME. As a is a law on STI that can be tax of human resource agenda. And the third is granting the. So I would like to show the last presentation is what we are requirement. So I will see that I bring these pictures again for the 4 pillar is collaboration that we need to have the 3 technologies and innovation park by 2025. So how to attract the foreign and tech investment into the park, and how we can to promote the technology transfer to this park, and how we promote collaboration between STI actor, a performer like a government, university, or private sectors, and how we can bring this success into the table. So this is all from my presentation, and thank you for your kind attention.
好，谢谢，谢谢柬埔寨的代表。好的，现在呢，我们所有国家的这个国别报告都已经做完。那下面呢，我们长城战略咨询这边会有国际业务的副总监杨毅给大家介绍一些内容。
哎，那我开始说了啊，行。好的，谢谢大家参加今年的科技园区培训班。我是长城战略咨询国际业务部副总监杨毅。我来借此机会跟大家介绍一下我们国际科技产业园区共同体也就是 CCIP 这个机构我们的一些工作计划和下一步的我们的安排。我主要讲3个方面，一个是第一是CCIP 它的这个建立和发展的情况。CCIP 是2019年由王德禄所长宣布成立的一个旨在打造国际性的这个科技园区交流合作的这个平台这样一个组织。那么进入20年，我们本来是有很多计划，但是呢，因为疫情受到一定的延迟。但是今年呢，我们看到通过这个在线上的这种形式，实际上是加强了大家的这种跨国交流的这种深度。所以说下一步呢，我们也计划以这种在线的形式为基础开展更多的工作。那么这是第一点。那么第二点呢，就是我想说一下 CCIP 它的一个特点。因为我们呢和这个比如说国际上的很多相关的国际组织，像这个国际科技园区协会IASP 像这样的组织呢，我们也有很好的交流。那么我们长城战略咨询呢，我们主要是基于我们对中国科技园区的深刻了解特别是对中国新经济发展的这个的深刻把握和这个认识。那么我们来成立这样一个组织，倡导成立，实际上主要是想加强这个中国的科技园区和世界科技园区的一个交往。因为相信大家在过去几周的这个交流中，也能够感受到中国科技园区的一些这个特点和特性。那么我们长城所呢，作为研究中国科技园区的一个专业机构我们对中国科技园区的理解是可以说是非常深的。那么我们也希望通过 CCIP 这样一个平台来帮助世界各国的园区跟中国的园区呢加强交流合作。那么这是第二点。那么第3点呢，我说一下就是我们接下来的一些这个工作计划。首先呢，就是我们会以这次培训班为起点，虽然培训班结束了，但是我相信这是一个起点。那么以培训班为起点，我们今年会计划大致做这样几个类型的工作。那么一个是常态化的交流那么我们会定期在每个月甚至是每个星期我们会跟咱们的这个成员CCIP 的成员来进行一个常态化的交流沟通保持一个联系，增进一个相互的了解。那么第二个呢，就是说我们会在今年会组织至少2次其他主题的这种培训。那么可能一个是这个围绕大学科技园区建设发展的一个培训。那么第二个呢是关于创业教育的这样一个培训。那么也是 以这种在线的形式来开展。那么第三个呢，就是说我们今年还是会举办一次年会我们的 CCIP 的年会。那么因为去年12月份我们是举办了我们的第1届年会，也是以一个在线的形式。那么今年呢，我们也会继续来举办我们的这样的一个年会。那么总体上来说呢，就是 CCIP 的建设呢，从今年开始呢是进入一个快车道那么经过疫情的冲击，那么我们现在是完全恢复并且是更加强大，借助数字化的手段。我们希望大家能够积极参与。那么接下来呢，我们也会向各个国家的伙伴成员发出正式的邀请，来参与我们的这个CCIP 平台的建设。好，谢谢大家。
好的，好的，谢谢。下面是王明好，下面是有请我们长城战略咨询国际业务部总监王明阳来进行一个分享。
大家下午好，非常荣幸能够承担这次培训班的工作。那么刚才杨毅介绍了共同体的这个情况，我介绍一下长城战略咨询国际合作的这个情况，以及希望未来和大家开展更深入的一个合作。那么首先，长城所的国际业务呢，主要做3方面的工作。第一个是从智库和咨询的这个角度上，能够和国际组织、园区形成更深入的这种合作咨询。那么第二个呢，就是我们围绕着商务开放经济这方面的这种咨询。第三个呢，就是我们希望能够把长城所作为一个嫁接国内和国际合作伙伴的一个桥梁，那么促进双向的相互的合作。这里面包括人员的交往、培训，也包括具体的产业合作的项目，也包括这种跨境孵化这些内容。那么基于此，我希望能够在下面3个方面和在座的各位的培训班的学员能够形成一个长久的、持续的一个合作工作。那么首先第一个，我们会借助这个共同体形成一个常态化的合作的一个机制。那么在此我也非常欢迎诚挚的邀请各位包括我们在相关国家的这个向我们推荐在科技创新、国际合作领域的这些专家能够加入到我们的这个共同体的理事会当中。那么第二个呢，就是我们希望能够借助长城战略咨询，我们总部在中国的北京，同时我们也已经在全国的17个城市建立了分公司，但是比较遗憾，我们目前还没有在国际上的分公司，所以我也希望能够通过咱们共同体的成员的网络，能够把我们的业务推向国际。同时，如果在比较恰当的时机，我们也希望和共同体的成员共同合作，甚至是合资成立这样的在海外的业务中心或者是分公司。这是第二个。第三个呢，就是我们希望能够通过一个倡议或者是合作的一个方式，能够更提高世界各国在科技园区和创业孵化方面的这样的一个重视。那么我相信现在科技创新已经成为各国的一个共识，但是在这个科技创新如何转化成经济和产业的动力这个方面上，那么发展中国家的发展路径可能和发达国家的很不一样。所以在此呢，我们也希望能够通过项目合作的这样的一个方式和各国共同探讨适合自己国家的这种发展路径。那么长城战略咨询是一个非官方的完全市场化的一个咨询机构一个社会化的智库。所以在这里面我觉得可能有2个方式，一个方式是通过双方政府的联委会的支持 来获得相关的经费支持，双方来共同推进合作比如说我们之前和蒙古和泰国这些相关的这个合作都是由双方政府来资助，来共同开展研究的工作。那么这是一种方式。另外一种方式呢，我们也可以去申请第三方的相关的经费支持。比如说我们了解到，像欧盟、像联合国开发组织、像世界银行都有针对于发展中国家的南合作的这样的咨询这样的服务项目。所以我们觉得这个可能也是一种合作方式。那么我再补充一点，如果说有这个非政府的商业化的企业间的这个合作，我们也是非常欢迎的。那么以上就是我希望能够通过上述的3种方式，能够继续深化和我们的合作伙伴的这个长久的持续的合作。谢谢大家的时间。
好的，谢谢。下面是我们长城战略咨询的王德厚董事长来为百思培训班做一个最后的总结发言。
这次培训班大家辛苦了。我说话行了啊。这个通过这次培训班嘛，我产生了一个印象。说各国都把做科技园区、科技创新当做重要的任务。第二个，各国都在打造创新高地，这个科技园区就是创新高地的主要的形式。第三个，各国都认为生态建设是科技园区的主要方法。说有这3点共识呢，我觉得这是我们下步来合作奠定了很好的基础。说为什么今年这个培训班很重要，就是因为疫情和疫后的发展，使得现在全球线上经济空前火爆，然后这个新经济的力度更加加强。这个从长城所来看，世界经济从这个以工业经济文明为主的经济转向了新经济。所以说在这个过程中，越往新经济走，生态越重要。所以我们科技园区的建设，打造一个高端的生态，才是各个园区全球经济新的目标和方向。从这个角度来说呢，我们长城所已经前面做了28年。我之所以下海，就是当年因为中关村出现中关村，我下海以后，目标就是帮着中国来打造科技园区，来搞中关村。我没想到的是，不但中关村搞成了，在中国还搞出来160多个国家级高新区，而且呢，基本上其中有10个到20个都处在世界一流的这个水平。所以我们长城所呢，现在有500人，分布在全国的17个科技园区之内。所以我们这500人呢，上次一个硅谷的一个斯坦福的人来说，没想到在中国有个最大的班子，全球最大的班子来做科技园区。所以说应该说我们所里做了28年科技园区，这科技园区的这个成功经验和问题也都了解的比较多。我们现在在做的呢，这赵老师是原来中关村管委会的副主任，你别摆下手。原来中关村管委会的副主任， 他退休以后，直接就到了长城所做园区的这个考察和诊断。陈峰是到了所里以后，大学毕业以后到了所里，现在领导科技园区，有200个人归他领导，就做科技园区的工作。这个王奋宇呢，是从科技部战略院的副院长来到长城所，主要来干嘛？就来做全球的科技园区。所以说，我现在是下海，然后这3个人，现在我们前年就成立了一个“一带一路”科技园区什么共同体。这共同体呢，现在我们有除了杨毅，我们有6位同事持续的在做这个科技园区共同体的工作。你大家站起来。下一步呢，各位都别坐下，各位选择他们和他们联系，我们每一个人都会找一个国家，他去联系某个国家，将来，这是我们长城所呢，因为去年翻了40%多。经济效益翻得很好，所以我们准备拿出来钱做世界一流科技园区的联盟，这是一个投入型的，不赚钱，希望大家呢也帮着让这个活呢能持续。第一，可以坐下了。第一呢，我们愿意到各国家去，帮着一块儿来诊断科技园区的生态。我想那个诊断生态，这是现在刚才听了以后，觉得大家差别很大。但生态诊断呢，这是联合国干不了，一般的机构也干不了。但是我们因为多年有经验，也希望大家来推荐我们过去诊断。第二个呢，我们也希望各国和中国联委会合作的时候，也提出来，我们加强合作，能纳入中国和各国联委会的合作议程。更重要的呢，是我们之间要形成一个合作关系。现在关于这个评估呢，这不是说我们一厢情愿的事儿，将来要和各个园区之间形成合作协议。我认为呢，有这么几个数是基本的数。第一个，园区成立的时间和面积；第二个，孵化企业数。刚才呢，感觉到问了很多园区，孵化企业数都很少。我觉得在中国一流园区基本上是每年创办1万家企业，这个新成立的园区要求这创办1000家企业，最低创办100家，这才叫个园区。现在呢，这几个数，第三个数呢是风险投资数。一个园区能每年吸纳多少风险投资？有没有风险投资在那入驻？这是这个园区水平的根本。第三个呢是服务机构数，律师事务所、专利事务所、各种各样的这个科技服务机构，也是这个园区生态能不能打造好的关键。然后呢，产学研的合作数。第二个呢，这个园区里面一定要有大学的影响。 我们上市所可以说到了任何园区，首先做的是大学的转型。刚才听了很多的园区呢，感到也很欣慰，说有些大学、有些科技园区就建在大学，而且大学校长就在园区办公，这是很好的。但是呢，还有一些和大学离得比较远，或者是就在大学里面出不来，投资商进不去，投资人进不去。这个大学的核心是往新经济转变，变成创新大学。这个企业呢，不光是创业企业，还需要外国投资，还需要大企业的研发机构。这个呢，在中国科技园区发展中，有好几轮高潮，它的始终孵化器和创业是主流。到一定程度以后，就是外国投资和这个大企业的研发机构，就是园区的2个动力来源。第3个呢，就是科技服务，科技服务和资本，这是园区能不能做好的根本。这里面有3个循环，这个人呢，从大学里的学生、老师到创业者，挣了钱以后，又返回到大学。人才、资本、技术，全都是园区和大学之间是互动的。只要有这3个互动，这个园区就能干好。我那么想呢，我们从现在我们所里呢，就刚才听了大家讲的时候，我都憋不住要发言，因为时间来不及。我们下步呢，一家一家的都去对接，我们下步每一家都去对接，每个国家都去对接，因为我们我们这500人有充分的经验，也希望呢，我们这500人将来做成1000人，另外500人在全国世界各地，能够和当地的这个科学家，一块儿来发展科技园区，因为这是搞新经济最主要的一个起点。各国现在落后比较紧，只要是努力往这方向走，这个将来这个世界就会更加美好。硅谷一本书叫《富足》，富足干嘛？就是现在进入新经济，人们的吃喝玩乐是主要的，贫穷已经彻底解决。这个时候怎么能做好未来，创造未来的生活？我们科技园区干的就这个事儿，让世界更美好。谢谢大家。
好的，谢谢。
是吧？
好，刚才我们看到留言是来自阿塞拜疆的阿里先生，想和我们长城战略咨询的各位管理层讲几句。那么阿里先生，请您开麦来进行您的发言。
阿里是谁
？First of all, thank you very, very much for your organization. That was an incredible organization workshop. Personally, I understand much more about your system, how is going the ecosystem in another countries already. Your team were really professional. I can say 24 hours, 7 days a week. They contact us and they respond to our question. That was perfect. But about the speakers that they came from another companies, another zone, they were not like yours, because from the more than 20 email that I write, and I want to start communication, get more information, assistance, and maybe cooperation for further projects. I got just 2 responses. One of them sitting the person, and the other one came from Neolix. This is all. No one didn't want the response to my email. I don't know why. Maybe they think that our countries are not as big as your high-tech park or zone. I understand, but we want to have a good cooperation with China. We learned lots of the things. We can learn lots of the things from your system, your ecosystem. I'm happy that your board mentioned that you're ready for cooperation, making already deal for the opening branch in our country, or we can coming to the GAI and have somewhere that support us in China. That's incredible. Thank you very much for your system, for your team, everybody. And I hope that you can push another high-tech zones, people response to us, and we want to start much more cooperation with China. Thank you very much.
刚才你说的我也很高兴。我们长生所呢，有这么几类。第一类呢是全国的160个国家高新区，我们都是有很深的合作联系。我们现在给他们重点做国际化，他们怎么走向一带一路？第二个呢，大学科技园，我们每个高新区里面都有若干个大学科技园。我们和大学科技园从一开始成立到现在，我们和很多大学科技园有密切的联系，也希望下一步呢推荐到各国家来进行合作。还有什么？实际上是这个合作是多方面的，尤其是最近这些我们现在重点合作的是独角兽企业。中国在科技园区中诞生了很多独角兽企业，光中关村每年都诞生80个。世界上诞生独角兽最多的地方，就是我们现在所在的地方中关村。他们呢也很重视在全球各地去开展业务，也希望能够到你们那儿去开展业务。
Okay, guys, for your attention that if you are sending emails to any contacts of the tutors or some peoples you met, you can CC me during when you're sending the emails, so we can check that. OK, guys, 我中吧。谢谢大家参加本次培训活动。那么到今天为止，我们的培训活动就全部结束了。会后呢，我会给大家发送邮件，主要是我们会后的一些联络方面的在线会议的时间。然后再次感谢大家参加此培训活动。我们同时也感谢我们2位翻译老师。不光是今天的同传，还有我们之前所有的大概15天的正式课程。谢谢大家，我们会在5月份继续见面，谢谢。